Hey everyone, welcome back. I am back today with more RWBY, you guys. I am so excited. I can't wait to see more of Volume 3. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So we kicked off Volume 3 last time of RWBY, and I gotta say I am loving Volume 3 so far. I love the theme. I love the opening. I love, I think the animation looks a lot better. It just keeps getting better and better. And it's just like, it's so on point with like all its humor at this point. I loved the scene where Team Juniper was fighting and we got the little, I'm assuming those were maybe like ship names, maybe? I could be wrong. Maybe they really are just names of the teams and everything, but I started to suspect when Qrow was like, I just want to make sure it's clearly defined. And I'm like, are we still talking about the attack names here? Oh, man. Oh, I just had so much fun with the show. But yes, it was really great to see the festival tournament. You know, we've been building up to it for so long to be able to see it. And especially since the animation is a little bit, has improved, you know, being able to see it in just such a visually pleasing way is really, really cool. And I've enjoyed watching the fights and just tournament arcs in general. Like, anime has taught me to really like be on the edge of your seat during tournament arcs, and I am, so trust me. But we got to see a great fight from Team Juniper in the latest up that I watched. I did 1 and 2 last time. And we've seen some other teams. Team Bronze, I'm trying to think if we've seen them before. We probably have. But we got to like see them in action. We got to see Team Indigo in action, which I really liked their style. They each had like pretty, like one had like an Aquaman thing going, and just kind of like the care and detail that's put into like the different designs and powers of even characters that we don't see as often. So we also had some other stuff going on. So the episode ended with Weiss seeing this airship and being like, oh my god, she's here. And I'm like, who's here? So in the opening theme song scenes, we have seen another, it was like a really loud noise. Sorry. I have no idea what that was. It's just like, it's obviously just the heavens exclaiming that I'm about to watch RWBY. But yes, we have seen in the opening that there's a female character with white hair. So maybe possibly a relative of Weiss. Okay, hang on. I'm pretty sure someone's at the door. Okay, so there was someone at my door. Sorry. I'm like, I heard a noise and I feel like it wasn't loud enough to like make me need to go get up, but then I definitely heard enough commotion that I was like, okay, this needs my attention. So, so anyway, getting back to it, yes, we've seen a female character in the opening. We've also seen the male character that we saw in the bar last time, like watching the tournament, and it sounded like he was somehow involved with this whole situation with the female character. We've seen them in the opening together. So I'm not quite sure. I'm guessing they're related to Weiss. They mentioned her sister last time. They mentioned, I think her name was Winter. And I'm wondering if maybe, but I don't know who the male character is. Like, is it her dad? I mean, he looks kind of young to be her dad, but I don't know. You know, we saw she's been having some issues with her dad in the last couple of episodes, so I'm not really sure where exactly they're going with this. I'm guessing we're gonna kind of get into it though, because it is called It's Brawl in the Family. So what do you say we go ahead and get started and just see what they have in store for us? Let's go.
Winter.
I knew it.
Wait. Your sister? Winter!
Does she get along with Winter?
Winter! I'm so happy to see you! Oh, your presence honors us.
Oh, very formal.
Beacon. It's been a long time. The air feels different.
I mean, it is fall, so It's probably colder.
It's colder.
What are you doing here?
Classified.
Ruby!
Right. Well, how long are you staying?
Classified.
Oh.
Well, this is nice,
Yeah.
I think. You're going to love it here. I know you travel a lot, but so much of Beacon is different from Atlas. Vale, too. The government and school are completely separate. Can you believe it?
I'm more than familiar with how this kingdom handles its bureaucracy.
Mm.
That is not why I came.
Right. I'm sorry.
Nor did I come here to watch my own blood fail so miserably in battle. But it appears I have no choice in the matter.
What?
We won.
Only a novice
Yeah.
would refer to that as a victory. I counted at least
Wow.
3 strikes missed.
Oh no. It's like that.
Splendid. Thank you for asking. I'm actually in the very top ranking of our sparring class. The rest of my studies are going wonderfully, too. And
Silence, you boob! I don't recall asking about your ranking. I asked how you've been. Are you eating properly? Have you taken up any hobbies? Are you making new friends?
well, there's Ruby. Boo.
I see. So this is the leader you wrote of. How
Oh.
appropriately underwhelming.
Ouch.
Thank you.
Greetings, Ruby.
Yes, of course. The honor is in my court.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh, baby.
I have business with the general in your... I wish to inspect them and make sure they are up to my personal standards.
Oh,
Of course.
goody.
Just so you're aware, the bunk beds only look unstable.
Bunk beds?
I'll catch up. Wait, I mean, I will reconvene with you both.
Reconvene.
Later. Juncture.
Juncture. There we go. Mwah.
Juncture. Yeah.
Magnificent, honey. Wonderful. Nailed it. Okay, I'm getting, like, different vibes off of Sister. Because I feel like she's super cold, but yeah, she kind of cares. But, like, Weiss is clearly the mushy one in the family, which is crazy.
I'm talking to you, Ice Queen.
Uh-oh.
Halt!
Excuse me.
Is that, like, her... What
Do
is...
you have any idea who you're talking to?
Okay, she doesn't know him, so it's not a relative.
Not you.
Hey.
She's like, hey, I'm the Ice Queen. Oh.
You.
Oh, even the bird's like, snap.
You realize you just destroyed Atlas military property.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I mistook this for some sort of sentient garbage.
I don't have time
Oh.
for your immature games, Qrow.
Wait, you two know each other?
That's Qrow?
You Atlas specialist. All right, then. Come take it.
He's like, let's go. Let's do this. Do they have a history? I feel like maybe they have a history. I mean, like, aside from the obvious they know each other. But I feel like they have a personal history. Also, that's Ruby's uncle. Also, he's pretty cool. Even, like, slightly inebriated. Yeah, oh, he has the red cape. I'm just now noticing that. I wonder which side, like, is it the dad's brother or the mom's brother? Or,
Crazy guy just started attacking my sister.
ah, she's gonna recognize him.
Would do such a
Ah!
Teach her respect, Winter.
That makes sense, because in the photo, it was like the photo of the... And we knew that they were all like a team, like Qrow and the mom and the dad. Ooh, he's good. They're both really good. Okay, so he's mentioning some stuff about the whole Atlas thing, so people are becoming aware of, like, the opposition that Ozpin is facing, apparently. The action scenes are where they, like, especially shine here. What did she just do? Whoa! Oh. They could do this all day. Come on. Oh man. Oh, look at hers has birds in it. Hers has like ice and birds. That's pretty cool. Oh. So it looks very similar to Weiss in her semblance, but there's like some little differences. I wonder if Qrow is as into weapons as Ruby is. I'd be very curious to know if like that's where she got her love. Oh! Never mind, just... He's like, oh, he's like... Oh!
General Ironwood, sir.
What in the world do you think you're doing?
He started the altercation, sir.
That's actually not true. She attacked first.
Is that right? Let's go.
So is Winter working for Ironwood? It seems like she's connected with Ironwood. She's like, hi everyone. I love you, Penny. Ah!
So good to see
Oh.
you. Did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Nope.
Qrow,
Oh, fun.
I think I'm in trouble.
You did kind of tear up our courtyard.
Yeah, I did.
He
Catch you
did.
later, kid.
Aww.
And suddenly, your recklessness makes sense. You're just mad because he whooped butt.
He...
That was a draw at best.
I don't know about that. He was like, whatever, I'm just gonna let you, I don't even care. I'm just gonna drop my weapon.
What were you thinking?
if you were one of my men, I would have you shot.
If I was one of your men,
What?
I'd shoot myself.
Oh!
I don't condone his behavior. Retaliating like you did certainly didn't help the situation. He was drunk. He's always drunk.
He's always drunk. He's drunk right now. He's getting drunker by the second.
Why are you here? You can't just go dark like that in the field.
I'm not one of your special operatives, Jimmy.
General.
Whatever.
Oh.
You sent me to get intel on our enemy, and I'm telling you, our enemy is here.
Okay.
We know.
We know that.
Oh, you know. Well, thank goodness I'm out there risking my life to keep you all informed.
Qrow,
Communication's a two-way street, pal. You see this? That's the send button.
They had reason to assume you'd been compromised.
And I have reason to assume you don't need to be here. Seriously, who invited her?
Schnee will discuss this incident back on my ship.
But sir,
Winter, leave.
Oh.
Your little infiltrator isn't just another pawn. They're the one responsible for Autumn's condition.
Autumn's
what?
condition? What?
Despite what the world thinks, we're not just teachers or generals or headmasters. The people in this room, the leaders of the other two academies, we're the ones that keep the world safe from the evils no one even knows about.
Okay.
That's why we meet behind closed doors, why we work in the shadows. So you tell me, James, when you brought your army to Vale, did you think you were being discreet, or did you just not give a damn?
Ooh, that's kind of a good question.
Street wasn't working.
Autumn's condition. What
I'm
does
here
that
because
mean?
This, someone who would act. When they look to the sky and see my fleet, they feel safe. Our enemies will feel our strength.
Very different perspectives here.
You think they're scared of your little ships? I've been out there and I've seen the things she's made, and let me tell you,
She's made.
they are fear.
And fear will
What?
bring the grim. A guardian is a symbol of comfort.
Yep.
And there's an energy in the air now. Questioned in the back of everyone's mind.
Yeah. A little bit of
This
tension.
is the size of our defenses. What is it we're expecting to fight?
Yeah. Why are they bringing in these kinds of forces? That's very true.
I suggest we find our guardian.
Our guardian.
Bad hair.
Let's give the crowd a good fight.
Are they... They're picking the fights? They're picking the fights? How did they get in control of that? Which clearly that's not the biggest problem here, but still, I'm just kind of like, huh? Slow clap. I have so many questions. All right, you guys, let's talk about that episode. Okay. So it was winter. I was right. Very glad that I was right about that. Okay. Right off the bat, we got some new info in this episode. So we met Qrow. I was wondering if that was Qrow, but I'm like, how would Qrow know Winter? Did we know that they were connected or anything? And then like that, I mean, they had the photo like right in the opening there where like they were hinting greatly at who it was. So like it was kind of in the back of my mind, but I wasn't sure. I'm like, is it somebody related to Weiss or the Schnee family? So apparently Winter works for Ironwood. Qrow knows of Ironwood, I'm guessing because Ironwood was brought in on this like secret council thing that we've been doing. So I feel like they've hinted a few times that there's like a council, and even like the headmaster isn't really just the headmaster. Like they're all kind of in the secret council that's taking note and taking care of, you know, any threats that face the world. So let's talk about the threats, because up to this point I was like, is the she, like they even said she something or other, her plan or something in this. I've been assuming that they're talking about Cinder, but I don't know. Is there like a greater evil out there than Cinder? Like Cinder doesn't seem like by herself all that like, obviously, like, they're out to do damage, but I feel like maybe there's, like, a bigger boss than her. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. Maybe we just haven't really seen her unleashed yet. But I feel like, is she the queen they're referring to? They said that she was making things that were, like, fear itself. So it really makes you wonder. I feel like I'm getting the distinct impression we have not seen who exactly the top boss is and what exactly they're planning. We're getting little snippets of what's going on, but we don't really have the whole picture yet. Because all we really know is that Roman and Cinder and them were working with the White Fang to get dust and other stuff, but then we don't really know why. Like at one point they were like, we really don't need the dust anymore. Like what were they doing with the dust and why did they need it and why are they like jumping from thing to thing? We kind of just have like little pieces of the puzzle, I feel like, but not the whole picture yet. Okay, so Qrow. I have to say, I'm loving Qrow. His fighting style's really cool. You can definitely see like some RWBY-ish elements in there. Like you can see like Weiss said, like how he rubbed off on her. And we know that he's the one that trained her. Personally, seeing them interact was so cute because he's still like the gruff, no nonsense kind of like, I don't know. He has like this kind of like Han Solo kind of swagger that I just love. But you can see how, like, he's still like that with her, but yet that's also like, yay, her uncle. So now I'm thinking, are they even related, or is he just her uncle because they were all, the parents were also, like, close with him, like, being on the same team and everything. In the same way that, like, you know, if one of our crew grew up and had kids, like, would they call one of the other members of Team RWBY Aunt or something like that? Is it like a blood uncle thing? Either way, like, he's her uncle, but I'm just wondering, like, is it the dad's brother? Is it the mom's brother? Or is it just, like, a close family friend who became, like, honorary uncle when the girls are born? Okay, Winter. Okay, let's talk about Winter for a second. Let's talk about Winter for a second, because I was like sizing up Winter this whole episode. So first I saw her and I'm like, oh, this is what Weiss was trying to be when we first met her. And I do still kind of think that, but you can see how like RWBY, Team RWBY has rubbed off on Weiss and she's like way more giddy now and less prim and proper. And it's crazy to think she's like the mushy-gushy one in her family, but like you can see how she is. So she seems to really admire her sister. I think she she wants like closeness with her, but she also wants to impress her on the level that she knows her sister is looking for. That being said, her sister was like, no, don't tell me about your ranks and your grades. I want to know, how are you doing? How are you getting along? Like, are you well fed? Are you making friends? So I'm like, I felt like I got slapped with that. I was just like, wait, I kind of thought like they were going for like a very, I only care about how you reflect on this family kind of thing, but clearly it's not like that. Like, clearly she does really care for her sister. I wonder what kind of, we know now that Weiss has like some deep-seated issues about like her dad and growing up in the environment she did and knowing the things that he did. I wonder what Winter's story is, because Winter's a bit older. Like, I would guess Winter's probably like in her mid-20s. And I'm assuming that the RWBY girls are like in their mid-teens, except for maybe Ruby herself, who's probably like, I don't know, maybe 13 or 14 or something. It's kind of the impression that I got, because we know she's like younger, right? So, where was I going? Oh yeah, she must have seen a lot more. So that's either going to give her like an even worse idea of the family, or maybe she'd have like a different perspective on it because of other things she knew about and had seen that Weiss was not privy to. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But wow, a lot of facts, a lot of info. I'm so glad we know Qrow. In Winter. And we're definitely getting some more into like, I can tell they're really taking us into like this big plot that is threatening the world as we know it. So I'm excited to see more. What do you say we go ahead and jump into our next episode? Let's go. Oh yes, okay, we've seen them. It's part of Team Coffee.
Love the outfit, kid. I'll try not to get blood on it.
I can't promise you'll leave without a scratch.
I won't be the one bleeding. Oh, I like her.
3, 2, 1.
Yikes. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yes. Oh, there's a bunch of other people with sunglasses and berets. Is that like a trend, or are they like fans or friends or what? Whoa. Whoa, careful, careful. Oh! Oh! Oh, look at that sword though, that's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, oh, is she planning a surprise attack maybe? Oh, we're getting to see like that. We never really seen them in action. Oh, I'll be so curious to have like in-depth info on like every person's semblance. Coco! Oh, I like this guy. I like him a lot. I want to see more Team Coffee, please. And her name's Coco, yet she's on Team Coffee. Interesting. Just getting the different beverage names in here. Oh, what's that? Oh no! Oh! Oh god, I thought it blew his head off. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was so scary. I really thought I was gonna blow his head off.
I take it back. I don't like her.
Yeah, no. This, you mess with the sunglasses. It's like Yang's hair. There's some things you don't mess with.
Damn.
Coco.
Watch out, she's in the tree.
With that final blow, Yatsuhashi is eliminated.
What?
What? Then, who is that? Oh no. Whoa! Wait a second. Can they like impersonate people? Or maybe like illusions or something? Oh no. Cinder. I gotta say her outfit's pretty cute though. But I still don't like her.
Our last shipment was lost to an ambush. I believe you had a run-in with its cargo, actually. It's fortunate those paladins were still in the prototype stage. Otherwise, your team may not have fared so well.
They're referring to what happened at the end of the last one.
You've done well out here on your own. You should be proud. I'll be honest, it was quite amusing seeing Father's face the day you left for Beacon.
I can't wait to show him what I've learned.
Oh.
And what do you think you've learned?
I'm getting better and better with my glyphs. I've even started time dilation.
And what of your summoning?
What of it?
No, I can't.
Don't be ridiculous.
She can't summon?
Every Schnee has the ability to summon. We have for generations.
I've
Summon
tried.
what?
It's the one thing I'm having trouble with.
We Schnees are unique. Unlike many, our semblance is hereditary.
Oh.
Doesn't mean that it will come easily.
Okay.
Our semblance is like a muscle. The more you practice with it, the stronger it will become.
Mm-hmm.
But if you only focus on one aspect of it, if you fail to test the limits of what you think is possible...
Oh! Oh, that's summoning... Are they summoning...
never truly grow.
Are they summoning Grim? Are they summoning Grim? Are they summoning Grim?
You're nothing but talk, kid.
Yes! Oh. It's alright, Ruby.
Don't ever call me old. Where was I?
What are you doing there?
Oh, I like this.
Information.
That's so
Tired
cool.
from battling Grim along the way.
I love
I
this
decided
style.
to start my search at the town's inn. The place was crawling with lowlifes and thugs. Even a few huntsmen that I could only assume had been hired by less than reputable people for less than respectable jobs.
Oh
And
boy.
that's when it happened.
What happened?
I was defeated
What?
by the mere sight of the innkeeper's skirt length.
That deserved a corgi pillow in the face.
That's 2 out of 3.
Oh.
So, Uncle Qrow, did you get in trouble with Ozpin?
Me and Oz go way back. We're good.
Me and Oz.
Cool for an old guy.
Not funny.
Hey, so what are you doing here anyway? I thought Dad said you'd be away on a mission. You're pretty much pros, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, read the news.
Just like,
sometime. We totally say Vale while you were gone.
Funny. Because I heard Vale suffered a Grim attack after you almost managed to stop a train.
Soaring Ninja wins. Total annihilation.
But they don't give out medals for almost.
They do, and they're called silver.
Well, we helped take down Robert Torchwick. He's locked up in Ironwood ship, and crime's been down ever since. That's basically a bounty mission.
Sure, you may be acting like huntresses, but you're not thinking like one. You really think 4 girls and their friends could end all crime in the kingdom?
Yes?
I mean, I did until you said that.
Violence hasn't dropped since Roman got nabbed. It's
Interesting.
stopped completely. No White Fang activity anywhere around the city.
Oh.
You cut off the head of a King Taijitu, but now the second head's calling the shots. That's
Okay.
why Ironwood can't get through that thick metal head of his.
You know the
Interesting.
general?
Hey, I
Uh.
know everybody to some extent. Remember, you're talking to a member of the coolest team to ever graduate Beacon.
Oh. They're... Oh.
Team Stark. We were pretty well known back in the day.
Well known for crummy fashion sense.
Hey,
Me?
we looked good. And I have a number of inappropriate stories that'll back that up. I'll save those for when you're older.
Please don't ever tell them ever.
I'm too old. Just remember that you've still got a long way to go. And don't think for a second that graduating means you're done. Every day out there is worth a week in this place.
Oh.
You two, you're gonna go far. But only if you keep learning. If you never stop moving forward.
Right. Yeah. Doesn't end when school ends. You gotta always be learning.
Now think to your fallen foes, the ones that forced you to push yourself past who you were and become who you are now.
Oh.
Think of them and watch as they come to your side.
Like the Grim that she saw. Are they summoning Grim? They are, aren't they?
Stop doubting trying your
Don't hit her!
If this is what you call trying, then you have no hope of winning the tournament, let alone succeeding as a huntress.
This is not a pep talk.
Move back home. I'm sure father will give you a nice job as a receptionist.
Oh!
Charity. But you do need his money, don't you?
What? How did you know about that?
Lucky guess. I may have been in a similar situation when I joined the military. So what have you done this time?
Well, that's the thing. I'm really not sure.
She didn't really do
I
anything.
paid for lunch the other day, but my card didn't work.
How embarrassing.
I know.
Oh.
Well, it was. Why would he cut me off like that?
Perhaps so you'd stop avoiding him and call home.
Oh, it's like that. Oh!
Emotions can grant you strength, but you must never let them overpower you.
Right. Yep.
You can either call him, beg for his money back, and explain once more why you want to study at Beacon over Atlas. Or
That's where they typically
you
send.
could continue to explore Remnant, discovering more about the world and, honestly, more about yourself.
Yeah. Go on a journey, girl.
It's time for me to go.
Aww, she does care. New song. Oh, and they go their different ways. Oh, so these little caterpillars. Oh. Oh, it's. I know this song. What are you gonna do? She's gonna find her own way. She's gonna find her own path. Okay. All right, you guys, let's talk. I officially love Qrow. I think I love him. I think he's really cool. I think he's, I love his swagger, and I love, his way of talking with the girls, because he has a way of talking with them that it's the closest thing we've seen to like parental with them. I'm sure we're gonna get to meet the dad at some point, but you can tell he cares about them and he believes in them, but he is never gonna not give it to them straight. And I really respect that. And seeing as how so much of what's actually going on in this world is very being kept heavily guarded at this point, it's refreshing to have a character who will kind of come out and say, like, they didn't even know. They're like, wait, you know Ironwood? And he kind of covered it a little bit, but like, he's not afraid to like tell them what the score is, and I think that's really cool. Yes, I have many questions about what happened with Coco when she saw her teammate and then it was not. He was really unconscious. Can they like do hologram projections or something? Or can they shapeshift? Like, I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll get more on that later, but I'm pretty sure like that was a thing. That was a thing. I like the dynamic between Winter and Weiss. Again, you really get the idea that like this is a person that will never let you slack off on what you're supposed to be doing, but they genuinely care. Do wish she'd stop slapping her though. Not so down with the slapping. But I don't know, it sounds like they grew up in kind of a dysfunctional home, so, you know, you're probably gonna, like, sadly pick up some things that aren't necessarily great along the way. So, okay. Someone tell me if I have this right, because I might not have it right. Like, it happens occasionally where I am wrong. Like, you guys know it happens a lot, actually, but, can they summon Grimm? Also, she said that their semblance was hereditary, which is typically not a thing, which we know from, like, John. Of course, that wasn't so much a semblance. It was just, like, the path that a lot of his relatives had chosen, and he wasn't necessarily, like, fitting in really greatly into that. But yeah, so, like, their semblance is hereditary, so they all get the same semblance, or is it kind of the same thing, but they each do it a little bit differently? Like I noticed right away that like Winter could use like birds in hers, and we've never seen Weiss do that. And maybe I'm interpreting this wrong, but when it's like a little fly in front of my face, I swear to God. But when Winter was telling Weiss about that, she actually did like make an ice grim. So is that just something she can make the ice take like different forms? Or is she like summoning Grim? Like that seems like it would be very dangerous, but they did call it summoning. And that's like one thing that Weiss is having a hard time with apparently. So very, 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 very interesting stuff. I'll be really curious to hear what you guys think, if I'm like interpreting it correctly, and like if it's something that we're going to get more about down the road. Yes, so I feel like last episode we kind of had all these introductions and we had a few like things dropped on us. And this one we were kind of like fleshing it all out more. One thing that Qrow mentioned that I found really, really interesting was that when Torchwick got captured, everything stopped. It didn't decrease, it stopped. And when you think about it, with a crime syndicate that big, it wouldn't just stop if you lost your main person. It would probably go to somebody else, like the next in charge. But even let's say there wasn't a next in charge, there would be like some degree of scrambling as people try to figure out what to do. Like you're not just gonna have everything stop. Like that is very suspicious. And like Ironwood, I guess, has some different ideas on how to handle it. He seems like he's coming from a very militaristic perspective. Like, let's show the brute strength. This is what we need to do to handle it. And you can see where Qrow, and I think to a degree like Ozpin too, are like, we need to take a more selective approach to what we're doing here. So I'll be curious to see where that's all going. Very, very curious indeed. So, all right, guys, I just absolutely love the show. I gotta tell you, and you guys can probably tell, like every time I watch a show, I feel like I had like a hit of espresso, because I just feel like I'm just like at 1000% watching it and like super into it. So I had a blast with those 2 episodes. I can't wait to see more. I can definitely tell we're getting deeper and deeper like into the overall like plot and danger, while also really getting to know our girls and our other characters a lot better and introducing new characters. So they're just like, they're on point. They are on point right now. So I hope you enjoyed watching it with me as much as I enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.